This program is suitable for most people. However, it should not replace a supervised exercise program. Please consult your local doctor before commencing an exercise program, especially if you have one or more of the following: have had joint surgery, any medical condition affecting your heart, lungs or blood pressure, joint inflammation, you have not been doing regular exercise. Stop exercising immediately if you experience one or more of the following: chest pain, shortness of breath, nausea, dizziness, numbness or tingling in the arms or legs, severe pain or discomfort in your joints. The producers and distributors disclaim any liability or loss, personal or otherwise, resulting from procedures in this program.
Hi everyone, welcome to Move It or Lose It. My name is Teurai Chanakira, or T for short, and today we're at the beautiful Royal Botanic Gardens at Cranbourne. So we're going to start off today's session warming up, and what we're going to start off with is core activation, which is really good for strengthening your core, which is important for every movement you do, whether it's standing, reaching for things on the shelf, picking up your shopping bags. So we're going to start off on the knees. So you can go down onto your knees, and if you need to, you can always grab a thick towel and put it under your knees. So we're going to be on hands and knees. And what you're doing with this is that you're letting your tummy hang, so just let it hang. And you inhale through the nose, then you exhale through the mouth and you suck your tummy in. So when you suck your tummy in, hold it tight for 5 seconds. So for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to inhale through the nose and let our tummy hang. Exhale through the mouth, draw the belly button in, keep it nice and tight for 5 seconds. And over time you can increase it to 10 seconds. But for today we'll start with 5. So you're letting your tummy hang again. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, suck your tummy in and holding it for 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. So now we're going into a hip flexor stretch, still on the knees, and again you can have your towel under your knees, and we're stretching the hip flexors. So with this you can put your hands on your hips to keep you steady, and you're just rocking forward and back. So with your knees, just make sure they don't go over your toes, and we're going to do 8 on each side. So this is really good for opening up those hip flexors, stretching the glutes as well, warming them up. So let's do another 2. And then we're going over to the other side. So hands on the hips just to keep your balance. And don't worry if you can't go too far forward. It will start to get a bit easier over time the more you do it. Keep your tummy nice and tight. Keep breathing gently as well. Perfect. And then we're going to go to the other side, so you can always put your hands down on the mat just to steady yourself as you change. And this will be the last set on this side. So if you find that you're struggling to hold on to your hips and to do this, you can always have something near you, like a little stool that you can hold on to. And some people prefer to do this standing up. So you can always play around with what works for you. So we're doing one more before we swap. Perfect. Last set on this side. Keep breathing. Doing good. So just going for the last 3. And going for one more. Perfect. So what we're doing now is we're just doing some arm circles. I'm just going to face forward. And what we're doing is we're circling our arms forward. We're going to do 8 going forward, and then we're going to do 8 going back. So we're just warming up the shoulders, warming up the arms, and then going backwards. And keep your tummy nice and tight as well. So what I mean by that is just draw your belly button in and hold it tight. So we're going to do one more going forward, so forwards, and then do the last going back. And going back. So what we're doing now is coming up to standing. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see, and you're just going to step forward and put your arms up. So I'm just going to speed up slightly. So you're just doing a slight lunge. So we're just warming up the upper body and also getting the glutes, which is the butt, and also your legs nice and warm as well. Then we're going to switch to the other side. Keep breathing, stick your chest up as much as you can. And if you can't bend your leg too much, just step forward normally with your legs straight. Just work with your body and what you can do. So the one that we're going back to back with is really good for balance, and you're just putting your hands on your hips and kicking your leg forward and then out to the side. So we're going to stay on that same side, and we're going to go for 5. So that's 2, that's 3, and really make sure that you're drawing your belly button in, because that will help you to keep more balance. So we're going to the other side. If you're really struggling with your hands on your hips, you can always hold on to a chair as well. And do the same thing with your leg while holding on to the chair. So we're going back to the last one of the lunge and the arms up. So it's just a slight lunge, it's not too deep. If you've got any knee issues, just step forward with your leg just only slightly bent. So just remember to listen to your body and do what you can do. The important thing is just to be moving, because that's what we want. We want to keep up that good mobility as good as you can. So really stick your chest up, draw your belly button in towards the spine, and keep breathing gently. Let's just do one more. So we're going to do the last set of the balance, and that will be the last set of our warm-up before we go into the second part. So really tucking that belly in. Keep breathing. And we're going to the other side. If your balance is really good, you can always just tap your foot down in the middle. You don't have to put the full foot down. And going for the last one. Well done. So that's the end of the first part, and now we're going into a break. Welcome back to the second part. So we're going to get into our exercises, and you can use some tins, so you can use cans of soup. I'm using some tomatoes, or if you've got light dumbbells, you can always hold those. So we're going to start off with a squat and a front raise. So if you need to, you can always have a chair behind you just to guide you. So what you're doing is squatting down and lifting up the arms just to shoulder level. And if you find that it's too difficult for you with the tins or with weight, you can always put the weight down and just do it with body weight. So we're going to go for 10. So we've done 4. And really keep drawing your belly button in. Don't go too deep with the squat because we just want to look after our knees as well. So going for the last 3. And one more, great. Then we're going into a side raise. So you're just going to be standing and we're just working the shoulders and the arms. So you can either have your arms straight if the weights are not too heavy for you, or if you find that it's too hard for you with your arms straight, you can just bend your arms and bring the weights up. So we're going to go for 8. So that's 5. Keep drawing your belly button in towards the spine and keep breathing as well. So we're going back to our squat and the front raise. So really taking your bottom back and then lifting up the arms at the same time. So this is really good for just maintaining your sitting and standing as well, getting up from the chair, from the bed, or if you're out and about, getting up and getting down. So we're going for the last 3. And then going into the last of our side raises. So belly button drawn in, taking those weights out to the side. Keep breathing as well. So exhale as you come up through the mouth, inhale through the nose as you come down. And we're going for the last one. Well done. Okay, so we're going to go into a bent over row using both the tins or weights. So I'm just going to turn to the side, but just make sure that when you turn, you stick your chest out, you draw your belly button in, and you've just got your weights or your dumbbells, your weights or your cans, sorry, facing forward, your tins, and you're just rowing. So it's a close row. So this is working the back and the biceps, the front of the arms. And this is really good for just making sure that your arms stay strong. So good for lifting things like shopping bags, lifting the grandkids if you're doing that, if they're that young. Really keep drawing your belly button in so that you don't feel any lower back pain. And we're going for another 2. Perfect. And then we're going to go into bicep curls. So with the weights, just bringing them up to your shoulders, making sure that your arms stay close to your body. If you find that the tins are too light, then by all means get something else. You can even take a bag. If you've got a bag in the house, you can put things in it and lift it up and do your bicep curls as well. So we're going for another 4. And the last 2. So we're really focusing on the upper body in this section. Going back to the last set of our close row. And I'll just turn to the front just so you can see from every angle. So really sticking that chest up, drawing your belly button in, making sure your back is straight, so make sure it's not rounded. Going for another 3, really squeezing your shoulder blades up together as you come up with your arms. And we'll do the last of our bicep curls. So just make sure that you're really keeping that core area tight, because the core is the center of the body. So really important for helping with every movement that we do. So we're going for the last 5. Keep breathing as well. And we're going for the last one. Well done. So that's the end of part 2. And now we're just going to take a short break. Right, so welcome back to the last bit, and we're going to work on the core, and then we're going to go into a stretch. So for your stretch, just make sure that you've got a towel close by, because we're going to be using our towel for the stretch. So the first thing we're doing is just sitting down on the mat, and you can have your tins or your light dumbbells, and we're going to be working the waist and also working the arms. So what we're doing is we're twisting and then we're punching out with the arms. Make sure that your lower back doesn't hurt. So if you find that you're getting pain in the lower back, sit up a bit more. So we're going for 12 in total. So let's do another 6. So you twist and you punch. Well done. So just taking a tiny break, and then we're going to repeat that again. And we're going from now. Doing well. Keep breathing as well. So this is really good for working the arms, the shoulders, the waist, and also strengthening the lower back. So we're doing 2 more, last 2. And you can put the tins or the weights down, so we don't need those anymore. But what we're going to do is go onto the knees. And if you need to, you can always have your towel underneath just for some padding. And we're going to go into a plank. So you're putting your elbows and your arms onto the mat. And you can always have your hands flat as well, that's harder. And we're going to draw our belly button in and hold for 15 seconds. So just make sure that your bottom isn't sagging. So really have it up and draw your belly button in. And we're going to hold for another 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. And then just take a little bit of a break. You can always go back onto your knees. And then we're going to go back into the plank again. So drawing that belly button in, really trying to breathe gently as you draw the belly button in and keep it nice and tight. And holding for another 10 seconds. 7, 6, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good job. So what we're going to do now is go into our stretch. So you're taking your towel and lying on your back. So you're going to take your towel. I've got a long one here, which is more helpful. So you're taking that towel and just putting it under the foot and straightening your leg. If you can't straighten your leg, then just have your knees bent. But what we're doing is we are stretching the hamstrings, and we're just using the towel to help us get into a deeper stretch. So it's like an aid for our stretch. So if you need to bend your knees, please do. And we're just holding for a few more seconds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put both feet up. So we're also stretching the other side. So you can either have your legs straight or you can bend your knees if you need to. And we're going to hold for another 5 seconds. And then we're going to bend the knees and use the towel to bring the knees forward. And just gently rock side to side. So going for another 4. And then releasing the towel. Okay. So now we're going on to the tummy, and you can just keep your towel close. We're going to do our last 2 stretches. And you're going to lie down and then just come up onto your elbows. So we're just stretching the upper body and the abs area. So just breathing gently. And holding for another 5 seconds. Okay, so what you're going to do is take your towel and put under the legs and just use it to bring your legs forward. So we're just stretching the quads or the front of the thighs. So just holding that stretch for another 5 seconds. And then releasing. So that's the end of our session today from the beautiful Royal Botanic Gardens in Cranbourne. It's a really beautiful place to visit, so I would really recommend it. See you in the next Move It or Lose It.